Imagine that today is September 15th, 2032. This morning, you found a letter in your mailbox, an invitation to be considered for your country's new executive assembly. Like jury duty, anybody selected by lot is entitled to paid time off work to take up their civic duties. Childcare, transport, and other costs are all covered. You receive a good state salary for your time, the same way elected officials were once paid. Members of all of these deliberative assemblies are all selected by sortition, meaning by lottery. Rather than going to the ballot box once every few years, there are regular lotteries for different assemblies all the time. Instead of parties and professional politicians, ordinary citizens, people like me and you, your mom, your dad, brothers and sisters, friends and colleagues, we are the ones in charge, taking turns representing others and being represented. We're not starting from scratch with these ideas. We're building on a growing wave of over 600 examples of citizens' assemblies around the world, where everyday people selected by lottery have proven time and time again that we are able to come together across diversity, to grapple with complexity, to listen to one another, and to decide together. Permanent citizens' assemblies already exist and have been tested in Paris, Bogota, Toronto, Osbelgen, and elsewhere. At a time when so many people feel disillusioned with politics, feel powerless to influence change, and are frustrated with the state of our countries and the world, these examples give me hope and inspiration that we could be building a genuinely democratic system.
I work with a lot of young people, and a lot of them want more meaningful engagement. They want to feel like they have a direct stake in the politics and their decision making. They have chosen not to engage in the way that we have traditionally done so. And so it's this context of a pull between, I think it's impossible, but I know that we have a generation that is ready for this.
This is what democracy should be like, if it measured up to its meaning, people's power. It's what democracy should feel like, be like, if it measured up to a vision of democracy as a way of life. We need to conceptualize the participants in these democratic innovations as representatives of a new kind, of a democratic kind, whereas the elected officials are representatives of an aristocratic or oligarchic kind.
10 years ago, I got a call late one Monday night from our Prime Minister saying, and we're going to put 100 people in a room and we're going to give them a whole pile of things to look at. We want them to make recommendations to government. And that was the starting point for the Citizens' Assembly journey in Ireland. And 10 years on, I can honestly say that citizens' assemblies have transformed the way Irish society is today. The two big social issues of our age, abortion and marriage equality, which was extraordinarily difficult to have a conversation about in Ireland. The Citizens' Assembly provided recommendations which the government put to the people, and the people agreed. So what it has done is provide a safe, respectful, equal environment in which to have a conversation about things that governments, the political system, or society find difficult to talk about. We asked the citizens why it is that they wanted to be a part. A third of them said, we know in our hearts and our souls that citizen assemblies are a way of getting hard jobs done. People assume that there is something culturally different about Ireland that makes it such a success, but I don't believe that's the case. We now trust the system.
I've organized a few citizens' assemblies. I've helped to design them. I've visited quite a number of them. It's the sound they make. It's just, if you hear the silent screaming on social media, if you see that voters have to keep their mouth shut at the moment they enter the voting booth, what a difference with the sound the citizens' assembly make. There is this buzz of people who do not know each other, but who try to talk to each other to help to shape their future. I think that's something really moving and something very important, and something we have probably forgotten in the history of Western democracy.